The gas dispute rages on. Sarawak wants more revenue and control and wants Petros as the sole gas aggregator. But here's the catch. That role used to be Petronas's, and it's no small job. It keeps prices stable, supply secure, and brings in over 10 billion to 20 billion ringgit a year. Losing that role means Petronas also loses that money and the ability to manage gas prices. It also threatens to make the once seamless upstream to downstream flow become fragmented. Many believe the deal will put Petronas, Malaysia's golden goose, at a significant disadvantage both financially and operationally. As both sides continue to work out their terms, former prime ministers and opposition leaders have voiced support for Sarawak's economic ambitions, but stressed that these efforts must not come at the expense of Petronas.
Takkanlah sampai orang kata to kill the goose that lay the golden egg. Pasal kalau Petronas rugi, Sarawak pun rugi.
So the fair deal is to look at the real formula so that a company, a goose that produces golden eggs, should be kept for the future of the people of this country.
So as a politician who thinks about the future of our country, I would defend Petronas to the last mile.
Putrajaya MP Razijidin wants the government to resolve the Petronas-Petros issue without delay or risk seeing the national oil company's golden era fade into the past. Ahmad Fadli Sha'ari warns that ceding Petronas' rights could lead to a 30 to 40% reduction in federal revenue. Former Foreign Minister Saifuddin Abdullah even sees threats to the sovereignty of Malaysia's energy ecosystem if Petros were to turn to foreign partners.
What if they were required to invite other parties to come in? That is going to be the tricky part. From which country would the other party come in to exploit?
Sarawak Premier Abang Johari Openg and Deputy Prime Minister Fadila Yusof share a common stance.
Dan gas industry, kita kerjasama dengan Petronas. After all, we need Petronas also.
And acknowledging that since Petronas was already formed and also managing all the oil and gas sector in Sarawak, that's why eventually what we have agreed is the commercial arrangement.
But that has not prevented Sarawak from claiming the right to oil and gas resources for up to 200 nautical miles off its shores. The state contends its maritime boundaries were extended following a colonial-era order issued by Queen Elizabeth II in 1954. They also point to the Oil Mining Ordinance 1958 and the Distribution of Gas Ordinance 2016, both state laws, to advance their claim. However, experts question the legitimacy of these claims, arguing that the Petroleum Development Act 1974, a federal law, grants Petronas exclusive ownership of all onshore and offshore petroleum resources across the country. They say state law cannot override federal law. With the details of the Petronas-Petros deal still unclear, national leaders, past and present, are united in their warning. The golden goose must live for the nation to thrive. What we can do is look to share its eggs more equitably. Danishwar Reza, FMT.